Hello friends, welcome to channel Reza Blade. I'm your friendly neighborhood Reza. Today's video is the second part of my Galaxy Nails series because this past month Maniology released their outer space themed Mani by Me box, and because of that I promised to finally deliver on my tutorial for the traditional deep space galaxy look nail. Now I know that some of you did enjoy my Pastel Galaxies video. That is the first one in the series. For some reason, I started with the non-traditional galaxy look. But again, the link is in the description box if you would like to see it again, or if you want to see it for the first time, you haven't caught it yet. If you're new here on my channel, I make nail art product review videos, technical tutorials. I do teach tips and tricks and more. I just hope that for every video of mine you watch, you learn something or get inspired in some way. If you enjoy it, please do give the video a thumbs up and comment to tell me what you liked or questions you have, or of course, you know, anything you have to say, really. I love it when you leave comments. And do also, if you enjoy the video, subscribe, click the bell to get notified of new videos that I release. I release about once a week, and my next video is going to be on longer nails, stamping for longer nails. We've had that by popular request. Today, though, we're going to take a little jaunt around the cosmos. I have multiple looks, and I'll be teaching you 4 different techniques that I will either demo or explain. And because I do cover a bit of this in other videos, like for example, I'm not going to be actually doing a smush marble today. I'm just going to be talking about it because I cover it in some of my other videos. But I will also be trying to post timestamps of the 4 techniques in case you're looking for something in particular. So here are some of the supplies before we really get started. That you might need. One thing I do, this is just a heads up for if you think that this might be a kind of a thing that you like to do on a regular basis. I collect, so, this is on the floor, so it may be gross, but I collect all sorts of different kinds of interesting blacks. Actually, over the years of Polish Pickup, Nevermind has released a lot of really cool blacks with different accent glitters. A lot of times, if I'm trying to save on my polish use, I'll use a regular black for the first coat and then a glittery, interesting black for the second. This one's actually a purple, a very dark purple by KB Shimmer. You don't have to use anything with glitter in it, but I find that it does kind of contribute to the look. And then any of my magnet polishes, I put a little M on top so I can tell. Magnetic polishes are good for a really kind of a cheater galaxy. I don't think of it as cheat. Maybe like a shortcut. Just sometimes you don't have time to do the whole thing, you know. This is one I've been really enjoying lately. Please accept this sandwich. That's from Linby Designs, and it is a reference from Castiel from Supernatural. Here's another really cool one I use for Galaxies by Linby. This one is Celestial Beans. And I don't think you can get this one anymore. Just keep an eye out for these sorts of things. I actually really want to show you a few of my Nevermind polishes. Okay, here's another one. This one's the Twins. It was a Polish Pickup in 2020. And you can see I'm halfway through this bottle. It is so cool. So, another thing you're going to want to keep around is a hollow glitter. Not one of those that, there's some that sort of obscure the design if they're so hollow as far as the glitter goes. Here's a good example. You wouldn't be able to use this particular one as like an overcoat. It's just too concentrated. It would totally obliterate your galaxy, astronomically speaking. Anyway, Glitterific is the one. This is actually one of the ones I got for $1 at a local Dollar Tree. I haven't found any real good amounts of those China glaze that people are finding at Dollar Trees, though. But that was a lucky find. Here's another example of glitter. This is like a clear base with a bunch of kind of Aurora Borealis almost kind of glitter. And this is generic from Dollar Tree, speaking of Dollar Tree. So yeah, I do that. Here's a gold one. This one's called Golden Enchantment. Just, you want to keep various, like, flaky toppers, or iridescence, or, you know, pearlescence. Just all sorts of different stuff. There's really no limit, okay? So also you're going to make sure that you have some opaque white polish. I use Snow Me White for a lot of my different white needs. Sinful Colors is one that I do enjoy. As far as stamping polishes go, you're going to want like a regular white, or let's say you did a lot of white sponging on your Galaxy, and you want to do stars, but you don't want it to be the same white. You can use a metallic white, and that will be that'll allow them to kind of differentiate from the other stars, from the clouds. Also silver stamping polish. It could be a style choice to use gold. I tend not to do that. I try to copy like pictures, or be influenced by pictures. Speaking of which, I do have some audio visual. No, I'm lying. It's just a plain old visual aid. But anyway, some things that I wanted to show you that I collected from all over the internets. You're also going to need Saran wrap if you're going to try one of the alternative smush techniques. Another smush technique involves stampers. That's the one that you will have seen from me before. Also, sometimes you use stamps. Sometimes you use sponges if you're going to do kind of a vague sort of, not like an organic sort of look for a nebula. Let me get to what a nebula is versus a galaxy. I don't want to just sort of overwhelm you. I'm still on supplies here. So little bits of a sponge. You can use tweezers to keep yourself from getting polish on your fingers. I cut up little sponges into all bits and pieces to kind of get the most out of them. All right. And then you definitely want a good quick dry top coat. There are a few different layers involved in Galaxy nail art. And I'm using Seche Vite right now because I'm out of my Nevermind Swift. But anyway, just use what you can. You'll find that it sort of brings the look together after you top coat it. So even if you're not sure if your design was a success, try top coating it. It might fix that. All right, so now that I've talked about your supplies, and I'm sure I left something out, let's go ahead and look at the options I have for you. Before I do that, it is good to experiment with the Galaxy sort of look. So I have a little critter. Oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry I killed it. So I do practice. I practice on little swatches, little big swatches. I practice on the tile. This is a glazed ceramic tile. I practice on the silicone mat. I practice. So where did I get this? Over the past few years, I watched a lot of videos. I did a lot of experimenting. So I hope that I provide a good resource for you. I've used some general technology about science, like galaxy, nebula, interstellar cloud. I'll get to that. And I can't give you the universe, but I can kind of try to bring a little order to the chaos. Again, questions, comments, leave a comment below. And I do try to list what I can, including some of the various galaxy plates, star plates, etc. that I've collected over the years. This is just like half of the ones that I tend to use on a regular basis for galaxies. I said this is something I really love. Anyway, so I've decided to group it by technique, so I'm not going to explain all the nail art at once. Hopefully that'll allow you to get things in good doses. So here we go. This is one of my older manis. This is a troll kind of universe with the troll plates from MOYOU London. I did a video. This is called, I call this the Cat from Outer Space mani. Anybody seen that movie? I think it was on the Disney Channel a million times when I was young. And then, you know, here's Reading Under the Stars. I don't know why I included that. That's from my Pastel Galaxy video. This is Templeton's Reverie. It is based off of Charlotte Webb, the kids' cartoon, cartoon. And it's based on Templeton the Rat's Smorgasbord musical number. You see him eating all of the, you know, discarded food. For some reason I did, I'm sure it was a PR thing, I did Galaxy Pops. I made those with various planets and lollipops. I kind of cobbled them together. Anyway, so those are some of the older manis that I've done in the past. This is I think probably my first Galaxy attempt ever. I just sort of, you know, applied various different polishes, and this is my Zebra Knots mani. And then you've got a few that you will see from the video I did for the Mani by Me box that was Space Cats or Galaxy or whatever. All right, so the rest of this is going to be new. So let's talk about magnetic first. It's the easiest, quick to get out of the way. I'll tell you, I got to move this thing. Okay, don't bring up plates at the end. I'll paste something in. Anyway, so here is one of them. This one is a magnetic polish that has purple, blue, and teal in it. And I did charge this one with a neodymium battery magnet. I'll show it to you in just a second. I'm going to do a demo. So there's that one. And then I did a full inspiration mani with the magnetic look. Here is a magnetic polish. And then this is a MOYOU London plate. I did sort of a galaxy thing. Of course, because this is galaxies. But this is like, you know, circumnavigating the sun, etc. And then I kind of, this was inspired, I think, by mid-century modern kind of look. And we've got, that's for my accent nail, my ring fingernail. It's just in a solid green glitter. And then I put the stars on top of the gold circles. And I just spilled 2 nails. This is what happens. I put off making the video so long. Like, I'll say, oh, I don't want to do the video right now. I don't have enough samples. And then I go make another sample. So that's how I ended up with this. All right. So magnetic. Here's a really good example of how simple and beautiful a magnetic galaxy can be. Here is the wide band that you get with the magnet. And then I put on just a very few stars to kind of accent it. And boom, galaxy look, right? So magnetic. I did this one earlier. You can see I used KB Shimmer's Love at Frost Sight over a black to get this effect. This is the same polish I used for the sample. Anyway, I did this earlier, so now I have to do it again for you. So this is, KB Shimmer does a really good magnetic polish, so sometimes you may need to hold it more than a minute. So I tend to charge mine for a minute. You're going to want to be about 1/4 inch away from the nail, as close as you can get without actually, you know, touching. You can see it's starting to collect because the dark is turning black. You know, the edges are turning dark. So all of those silver particles are now being driven by the magnet to look like this. So anyway, I got this on Amazon. Polish Pickups sells them, I think. Polish Gamers Box. Very, very many of the different stockists sell these. And they also have like ring ones if you don't, like, sometimes I can't really hold my hand like that. So the ring has been helpful too. All right, so I showed you all the magnetic things. We can move along. Oh, quick thing. Some people, including me, do another quick bolster of the magnetic look after you top coat, because that will kind of move the particles around. So then just go back, and while your top coat dries, get a quick dry. While your top coat dries, you kind of just, you know, hold it here to remind it where it needs to be. Now we're going to talk about Milky Way style galaxies, which is a number of these. So here is my first sample that I made of the Milky Way style. It's not focusing for me. Anyway, this is a wider band of light. If you look at the pictures of the Milky Way, our galaxy, our solar system is in the Milky Way galaxy. And here is the way it looks. So it's really a swirl. And you see the white band of stars, like it's indistinguishable to the human eye. But this is just so many, many stars. Just a numerous stars. And then this is an interesting point of view too. But anyway, this band of light is what you're going to be portraying when you do your galaxy, if you're doing a Milky Way style galaxy. This is actually a sombrero something. I don't remember if it's a sombrero galaxy or what, but I just had to show you this. Just some really awesome pictures. Here's an example of a kind of a darker look. And then just a number of really beautiful inspirations. Basically, what we're going to do in both the Milky Way and the nebula inspired looks, we're going to have some white laid down on a black or a dark color, and then we lay the color over that. So it's kind of like using white undies under neon polish as far as you go, or the way that you'll back your reverse stamps with white so that they stand out better on a dark background before you apply them. So I just want to get through some of these and show you where this is the picture that inspired my mani that I'm about to show you. It's the inspiration mani for the Milky Way galaxy look. Let me get, this is Orion's belt. I did, I'll talk about this later, but I did try to recreate this in this. It's not perfect, but I feel like I got the red right. And the blue glow, I should have used a sheer, what I did was I used a sheer jelly blue over white. And I think if I had encircled each of those with like sheer white and then layered the sheer blue over it, we might have gotten the glow that is in these pictures. So like I said, even I'm still experimenting with all these various things. Some really fun colors. Of course, you can make your own, and then here's some kind of non-traditional things to do with galaxies. And then I did do a magic mushroom galaxy. I'll show you in a second. I think I'm done with my pictures. That's fun. And I hope you're still on board to find out how exactly to do this Milky Way galaxy. First, I'll show you the few that I have, and then I'll show you how I did it. So this will probably be the longest tutorial as far as time goes, because this is your bread and butter for your galaxy looks. So I did this one kind of a wider galaxy. I was getting kind of tired of doing just one diagonal line across everything. I like this one. Do I have more to show you? Oh, I'll just get these out of the way. This is double process stamping. It was just an alternate look. I thought they were kind of cute. This is using the new Maniology like shape blots kind of plate. I'll link it in the description box as usual. I'm going to put this one aside. Alright, I got to put these away so that I can talk to you about the galaxy. So technically, let's talk about this. Technically, it's called a band of light containing multitudes of stars that cannot be individually distinguished by the human eye. The Milky Way will look like a bright white or a yellow light. You can use whatever you want, okay? You just apply your imagination to the color. I'm going to grab a little bit of a paper towel here and talk you through the procedure. All right, so I have done a base already of KB Shimmer. It's a purple glitter. I decided to do this one in purple. I didn't wear anything on my nails so that I could just use my fingers with this. Remember that you can use tweezers. So I'm going to grab some regular old white, and interested in creating a band of light that's fairly wide because we're going to need to accommodate a purple gradient within it. You see how there are other colors on the edges of the Milky Way style galaxies that I already showed you. I put a little bit too much on because I was talking while I did it. So I'm just going to kind of think here about what to do. So this is kind of what I've got here. I'm going to want to expand that a little bit. This would be a good way to do it for a nebula, maybe. You have a little bit of color here and a different color here. You can dry brush it on for opaque colors. You can use jelly colors. You can kind of water it down with some clear polish to make your own jellies. So we're going to expand this look out here so that we get so that we can do our gradient. Maybe I did have the right amount of polish on. Speaking of doing this right in front of you, I am starting up my streaming on Sundays, my YouTube lives again, but it'll have to be after I do some dog sitting for my sister while she goes out of town. Okay, now we're going to take some more purples. I did prepare those. They're in a little bag here. So I have a few different colors because I didn't know what I was actually going to do before I did it. Here's some purple glitter. Remember, you're just going to kind of go by the seat of your pants if you want with, you know, what different colors you use and the glitters. So I just grabbed a bunch of options and I'm going to work as I'm inspired. So I'm going to take another little piece of sponge. I'm going to clip off with my finger, you know, what's dried and keep using it because it's very precious. Now we're going to do the medium color on first on the outsides to kind of go from the dark to the light. You want a medium in between it, okay? So we're going to use this one. It's a Sinful Colors. And I just put a little bit of color on there because you can put more on, but you can't take it off. So I can't work with gel like this because I do use my fingertip a lot to kind of blot it if I have extra color on. I'm going to do the same thing I just did on the bottom there. So I'm going to tilt this up so you can see. Alright, so there's what I have so far. We're not there yet. Now I'm going to take a lighter purple. I'm liking these two, but probably I'm going to use this one because it's a little bit deeper. And I'll see how that goes. We can always apply more white over if we color up too much. If we cover up too much. I remember there was one time I was talking about, somebody reminded me about this the other day. There was one time I was talking about a texture plate that I was reviewing. If you've seen this video, let me know what it was. But I talked about how mud cracks on your skin, and for some reason I brought up after mud wrestling. that's not. Anyway, what I'm explaining is sometimes I do kind of say weird things when I'm trying to teach you how to do things. And that's just, you know, part of it. So here you can see you've got just a little bit of white showing through. Now what I'm going to do on top of that, because I'm going to start introducing my glitter and glow and shine now. You kind of want to, like, you know how makeup has multiple layers, Photoshop has multiple layers. You want to kind of layer the sparkle so it has a little bit of depth. So I'm just doing some, what is almost dry brushing, but I'm not, like when I'm dry brushing, I'll wipe my tip off of the brush on my paper towel. So I put a little bit of that there, all right? And now I'm going to go back to my original thought. Just very little bit of white here. I'm keeping myself in check by using this tiny little thing. And then we're going to get a little bit more white. A little bit here. I put a little bit too much on, but I kind of like the depth that kind of created. So I'm going to use just a little bit of this. And I think I'm happy with it. You can include some kind of cosmic dust by putting, if you go too far with the white, you can use the original base color to kind of, you know, close in on your gradient there. But that's about what I do. And then now I'm going to go ahead and add my glitters. So I don't actually know what this does. And then after it looks really nice, now you may want to, now you may want to do your own thing. I think that stars is really all this needs. And then the top coat that you apply will kind of bring it all together, as I've said before. So what are we going to do now? We're going to go ahead and put maybe a fine glitter over all of it. Now you can do this after you stamp the stars on, but I wanted you to see right away what more glitter does to this. And I've got little bits and things. If you're watching this on high def, I'm sorry. I've had this project going for a while. So here, nope, I'm just looking for individual stars here. What do we have? Here are some stars. I'm going to use those. Well, no, I'm coming up on some more stars. I like that one. So I'm going to take some white stamping polish, just the regular white, and scrape. All right, so I don't want all of this. There, that's all I want. It might be too late to put it on. It wasn't. So there are some. I'm going to take my cotton. I got some really crappy cotton pads this time I got them. They were supposed to be lint free, and they're just kind of almost like loose cotton in pad form. Not a big fan. All right, now I'm going to use a few of the smaller ones from this area. I'm short, so I have to film these videos when I do nail art and stuff, kind of standing up. So I'm going to take a little break before I get onto the nebula stuff. This is going to be a longer video, but you all told me you want the comprehensive Reza version. I mean, it wouldn't be a Reza video if I didn't go kind of unwisely headlong into an attempt to be comprehensive. So I'm done with this. Okay, I do kind of want more glitter. I know, it's an addiction. I'll see somebody about it. So, here we go. We have Gozer stepping up to the plate over here. He has finally taken interest. Gozer is my cat, if you don't know him already. And he has opinions during my videos sometimes. Opinions that are really mostly just about me not paying attention to him. So, and now we've been hanging out for half an hour. I'm definitely going to have to do timestamps on this huge video. I'll probably do a less comprehensive demo on the nebula just because I kind of already showed you what I do. Okay, so there's a Milky Way style galaxy nail. And you can kind of, you know, angle it along your whole mani. Or you can do, like if you have longer nails, you can do like a more severe angle like this. So it's just really up to you. And I see there were all sorts of glitter options that I had that I didn't take. I just wanted to give you a quick example of what I do. I'm going to clean this off just in case I want to use it later. With the nebulas, I tend to use the smaller stars, the ones that you make with a toothpick or maybe a super tiny dotting tool. But you can also, of course, use stamping plates. Now we're going to talk about the inspiration mani that I did for the Milky Way style galaxy. This is a mani of galaxies seen through barren trees. I don't know if that's a really very specific creative vision, but and I had to do some hand painting on these because the stamps, it might not be clear enough. You can tell me what you think, really, but I had to make it more noticeable, the contrast between the black lines and the galaxy. So, but that's what I did. So this is unexpectedly the end of this video as part 1. I've had to activate an emergency contingency because I went way long and I wanted to make sure that my video was comprehensive as I promised you. So I did these 2 examples in the first video, as you have seen, and then the nebula is where we'll start next time, and then the smush mani that you'll see me create in part 2. The link is in the description box below. I'm releasing these at the same time, so go check it out. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe that video too, as well as this one, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Really, I do want to know. I hope this is okay. I've worked pretty hard on it. I hope you liked it. So thank you for joining me in part 1. I'll catch you in a moment.